Hey everyone, my name is Mr. Byers, and I'm going to be your English 1102 instructor. I'm an instructor, I'm not a professor. I don't have a doctorate, so you don't have to refer to me as Dr. Byers. Even though I love the sound of that, that's not actually what I am. I'm just an instructor. I've been an instructor for 15 years. I've taught college and high school at the same time. I'm currently a high school teacher. I teach English at Parkview High School. I know a lot of you are dual enrollment students. You might be in Gwinnett County. You might even be at Parkview, which is really cool. If you are one of my, if you're a student here at Parkview and you're a dual enrollment student, you should come by and say, hey, what's up to me, okay? That'd be really cool. This week I'm going to be showing you how to navigate the course, how to utilize Blackboard, what to expect from what we're doing all semester long. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started. I don't want to take too much of your time. So when you log in to Blackboard, okay, on my page, all right, you go to my announcements first. In the announcements, I tell you what's happening, what's going on for that week, what we're doing, what you need to do. And most weeks I will record a weekly lecture like this one, okay? So here it says watch the weekly lecture. So what you're going to do is if you go over here to the left hand side, you'll see instructor lectures. All right, lectures. Click on this, and I don't have one up right now because I'm currently recording it. Okay, but when you click on this, and it will be in the future, from like this very moment, from when I'm talking to you, and here you will see a link to click on that will take you to this lecture. It will be titled Week 1. Okay, and you will watch the lecture to find out what's happening. All right, for that week. Okay, I go over a lot of stuff in the lectures. I go over the homework. I go over what's expected of you. This is where I teach you. Okay, so the lectures have to be watched. They are mandatory. You gotta watch the lectures. Okay. All right. So then, for this week, click on Start here, and you can go to the syllabus. And there's 3 parts to it. There's 2 parts that the that the school writes, and then there's my specific policies. Click on that and open it up. I should have had it already up. That's not it. There it is. Okay, here's my email address. Use that. Email me questions. All right. And these are the things that I'm holding you to. I've already discussed announcements. You'll be held accountable to whatever I post in the announcements. Same thing goes with the video lectures. You gotta watch the video lectures. These are required. Okay. You'll be held accountable to anything I discuss in these videos. Any type of specific directions or points that I make in these videos will be expected to be followed by all students. Email me. I'll reply to you within 24 hours, but don't be rude, all right? If you email me and I do not get back to you within that period, simply re-email me again. Make sure your tone is kind and professional when contacting me. Let's not have bad attitudes. I don't have a bad attitude, so I would like for you to not have a bad attitude. Okay. The textbook is all embedded in the course, so you don't have to worry about that. All right. This is the layout of the class. 3 single assignments constitute 75% of your entire grade in this course. Okay. 3 essays. Oh wait, this is 1102, right? Yeah, my bad. I'll fix that. This is not illustration essay. You're going to have a short story essay. You are going to have a poetry essay. And then you are going to have an independent novel, which I'm going to go over today. Novel essay that you'll write. Okay? And then you have your assignments that all add up to just 25%. Okay? So those 3 essays are the most important thing. Now, so look, about those assignments. If you read under a late policy, okay? I do not take late work, okay, for the classwork assignments, for these assignments right here, all right? Because there are only 8 classwork assignments that I'm grading. 8 of those all add up to the 25% category, which means that each of those assignments are about 3.5%. Okay, so like if you don't complete 2 of those assignments, then but you make A's on everything else, you can still make an A in the class. All right. If you don't do any of those assignments, if you blow off all 8 of those assignments, but you turn in your 3 essays and you make 100s, you know, or 90s on them, you can still come out with a C in the class. Okay, I am not killing myself to grade your late work. All right, but here's the flexibility I have with late work. It's only late once I put a 0 in the grade book. So like you might have an assignment that's due on a Sunday night. Okay, well I'm not going to be grading it at 3 a.m. on Monday morning, okay? I might plan on grading it on Monday, but I might not grade it until Wednesday. So if Monday comes and you don't have a 0 in the grade book for that assignment, that means that I haven't started even grading the assignment yet, which means that you can still turn it in until you get a 0 in the grade book, all right? If there's a blank grade in the grade book, that means I have not started grading them yet, or I haven't graded all of them yet. So you can still turn in your work up until the point that you have a 0, okay? So, I mean, you know, it might be a really busy week. I might have a lot of work here at the high school, and I don't grade this assignment until Thursday. So, like, you had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday after the due date to still get that work turned in. Okay, I keep the grade book updated. I don't grade stuff, write down the grades, and then enter them in later. As I grade it, I enter the grade in. Okay. Now, like some of you which actually benefits. Okay, because those of you who turn your work in on time, all right, I grade them, and I grade the work based upon when it was turned in. Who turned it in first, okay? That's just the way it comes to me. I just go grade assignments, and then it gives me all the assignments that people have turned in chronological order of when they submitted it, okay? So if you're the first one to turn in an assignment, you're the first one I grade, all right? Which also means that if you're the last one to turn in an assignment, you're the last one I grade. So I might grade like 10 people and then run out of time and stop, okay? Well, even though I've graded 10 people, if you have a blank in the grade book, that means that there's still time for you to turn it in. Okay. Once I grade everybody's work, everybody who submitted, then I go into the computer, into the grade book, and I put the 0s in for all the missing assignments. Okay. So that's what I'm saying is that like it might be 2 days late, but if you don't have a 0 yet, you can still turn it in. All right. Same thing with papers. Same thing with papers. Okay. You can turn in a paper after the due date as long as you get it in before I'm finished grading all the other ones. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, email me. Let me know what you think. Okay. Make sure you read all this late work policies. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all I want to say about that. All right, so then, oh yeah, save. I gotta repost that. Okay. Next thing you need to do, you looked at my syllabus. Go back to start here. You need to download the list of assignments and due dates, okay? Which I've already downloaded. I made it. It's right here. Oh, I did not. I closed it. Let's see. 1102, schedule and assignments. So when you download this, this has all of the stuff that you need to do for this course, okay? This course is pre-made by Gwinnett Tech, and then we can change it as we want to. So I have, all right? And here I've listed all the things I want you to do and all the things I want you to read and when I want you to read them, okay? If you find on the calendar a different date than what's on this sheet, ignore that calendar. Only pay attention to this sheet. If you find an assignment that's on the that's in the course that I forgot to delete, all right? If that assignment is not on this sheet, then ignore it. All right? Only pay attention to what's on this sheet and do what this sheet says and follow it, okay? This is the sheet. I can't be more specific than that, okay? So this tells us everything. Tells you for the week that we're in, what my lecture topic is going to be more than likely be about. Now I have this little star here, which means that topics are subject to change or canceled, okay, if I decide it's necessary, all right? Some weeks I have not determined yet what I'm going to talk about. That usually, I reserve those weeks for when, because oftentimes things come up throughout the semester where I realize like certain students, that the majority of students aren't understanding, aren't getting, or that like everyone's making the same mistake. So I will do a lecture on those things that I'm noticing, all right? So I like to leave room in the semester for these kind of like open-ended dates for me to decide what I want to go over. And towards the end of the semester, if everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing, I might not really have anything to say to you. So I might not even have a lecture. But here you can look at, you can figure out for the most part what I'm going to be talking about. Okay. Then I have the work that you're completing during the week. These are the things you got to do during the week. The things that are highlighted are the things that count for a grade, where if you do not do them, you will get a 0. Okay? So, and like, look, some weeks, you know, you don't even have anything that's actually for a grade, but you still need to do the work, though. I'm still going to be talking about the work, and you won't get better as a writer if you don't do the work, okay, if you don't do the reading. There's a lot of reading in college. And then the due date. These are always Sundays. Things are always due Sunday night, okay? Now, I know, like, you know, some people work late and they pull an all-nighter on Sunday. That's fine. That's fine. This is, you know, there's no real cutoff. I'm just saying that, like, you should try to plan on getting it done Sunday, which, of course, means you can also get it done Monday morning at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., okay? So, as long as it really is completed, if you want to be, you know, just 100% safe, you just want to know for a fact that, like, you're safe, then having all your work submitted by 5 a.m. Monday morning, you'll be good, because 5:30 is the earliest that I will start grading work. Okay, so we have the lecture topics. Like right now, I'm going to schedule right now. I've gone over policies. I'm showing you currently how to navigate Blackboard. Okay. Talking about understanding what's due. And then, so like this week, you have to do the welcome quiz. All right. Now, next to these are, in parentheses, are where to find this information. Okay. Because if you go over here, we have a Start Here tab. And then under Lessons, we have many different folders called different lessons. I would never call them lessons. To me, that's sort of confusing. All right, that's dumb to call them lessons, but they're called lessons. Whatever. So when you're looking at this sheet, don't be stupid. So when you're looking at this sheet here, you have to see where it is, okay? So the welcome quiz is in the Start Here section. So, start here. And this, you go down to the welcome quiz. You have to take this week. This is the first thing I do. This is pretty much just saying that you're alive and present and that you are going to go through this course. Okay. If you don't take this quiz, we're going to drop you from the class. And it isn't even really a quiz. It's just, did you read it? Are you here? Okay. There's nothing to know about it. It's not a trick. There's no grade. It's literally you take it, you get 100, and you get to stay in the class. If you don't take it, you get a 0 and you get dropped from the class as a no-show. Okay? So do that. All right. Then you're going to read, analyzing, I gotta fix that, novels and short stories. That's found in lesson 1. So go up here. All right. Lessons. Okay, go to lesson 1. And so it says to read analyzing novels and short stories. So this right here, analyzing novels and short stories. Now look, I know there's all this stuff above it. There's these chapter 3, chapter 2, chapter 1. Don't worry about that yet. That'll come later. Read analyzing novels and short stories. Read all of this. Okay, read. Ooh, okay, yes. Okay, read, yes. All right, boom, stopped there. Okay. And then after you do that, you watch the theme and literature video in lesson 3. So you go up here, go back to, let's see, lessons. And then go down to lesson 3, theme, style, and tone. Go down here and you watch the themes and literature video. Okay, watch it. And then it says read Doc McStuffin's analysis in lesson 1. You go, okay, sure, we'll do that. So then you go back to lesson 1. Lesson 1. Scroll all the way down. And we're reading Doc McStuffin's analysis. Boom, right there. Okay? So there's a lot of different things you're doing and you're navigating, so you just follow what's here. Okay? Follow what is here. Okay. So that's really about all you got to worry about doing right now. Okay, follow here and do this stuff here. Now, last thing we got to talk about is literary analysis. I'm sorry, not literary analysis. What I'm talking about, the independent novel. Notice on this it says semester independent book. Okay, so the last paper. If you want to know, all the papers you'll be writing, go to lessons. The last paper you're writing about is a novel, okay? Is an independent book. These are your 3 essays, okay? And this novel that you're reading, and I wrote novel, really I should just write, it should be independent book. Oh. And, oh wait, no. Go to grades. Okay, so look, you are going to read a book that's a narrative, a book that tells a story, okay? It's not informational. It tells a story. And that's one requirement. It tells a story. And the second requirement is that it's been published within the last 5 years. 2016 to 2021. That's when it has to be originally published, okay? So you're not writing an essay about The Great Gatsby, okay? You can't read Lord of the Flies. You can't read these old books that hundreds and thousands of people have written about, okay? You are picking a novel that is not well known, maybe, that is within the last 5 years, so not a lot of people have written about it, okay? And you're going to read it all semester. You got to get this book read by November, okay? And then you're going to write your paper about it. So, like, for example, okay, it has to tell a story. It's got to tell a story. Now, it can be, it doesn't necessarily have to be, like, a certain, like, chronological part of someone's life, okay? It can be, so, like, if you pick a memoir, memoirs, even though they're nonfiction, they tell a story. So, like, Trevor Noah's Born a Crime. Great book. Great book. And it was published in 2016. Barely makes the cut. Okay? You could read this book. It's nonfiction, but it tells a story. It tells about his life. Okay? And it's a collection of stories from his childhood. But that's okay, though. They're all stories about him. And it's been published since 2016. Okay? Great book. Choose that. Missoula by John Krakauer. Great journalist. He publishes great books that are highly researched. Okay? They're awesome. Okay? This book was published in technically this was published in 2015, so couldn't read it anyways, just because of the date. But also, though, look, this book is about rape and the justice system in a college town. This is not a narrative, okay? It tells a lot of different little stories about different people, okay? It doesn't center around one person's life. All right, it's not considered a memoir or anything. This is an informational text, so this would not be allowed. Although it is a great book, okay? A book like this, Heaven, My Home. This is a crime detective novel written by a black female writer, which is rare in detective crime stories. Okay, so this book, it was published in 2019. You could read this one. Yeah. All right. Anyone like that HBO show Insecure? All right, that stars Issa Rae. Great book. This is a story about her life being an African immigrant here in America. Okay. And so she is great. Actually, she's not African. Her father was an African immigrant. She was born here, but then she lived in Africa for many years and then came back to America. Now, this is a great book. This is a fantastic book. I love this book. But this book was published in 2015. You can't read this book. Okay? You can read Born a Crime, because it was published in 2016, last 5 years. This book, you can't read. It's a great book, though. You should read it on your own, okay? All right, so let's say you like horror novels, okay? Stephen King. I love Stephen King. I read him all the time, okay? The Dark Half. Oh, great book. Great book. If you have not read this book by Stephen King and you like Stephen King, you should give it a try, okay? But you can't give it a try for this assignment because this book was published in 1989. Oh my god. But if you like Stephen King, luckily for you, he publishes a lot of books all the time. So this book, The Outsider, great book. Oh man. Great book. Really loved it. Okay. This book was published in 2018. All right. So you could read this book by him. All right. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. You can't read. It has to be a narrative. It can be a nonfiction narrative or a fictional narrative. Fine. Okay. It can be you know, a contemporary writer who's publishing within the last 5 years cannot be a contemporary writer who's published stuff before 2016. Okay? So, what you're going to do is you need to figure out this book, whatever book it is that you're going to read. You got to figure it out by August 29th. You need to have figured it out. Now, I say sooner than better. Okay? Sooner is better. Don't wait. Go ahead and figure your book out. Now, once you figure out your book, okay? Once you figure it out, like the book that you want to read, you can go ahead and let's see, this says here, fill out the novel literary analysis quiz, okay? L3, okay? Go to lesson 3. And it's not there. Pause. Actually, it's lesson 1. All right. It's in lesson 1. Fill out the novel literary analysis quiz. Lesson 1. So go to lesson 1. Scroll down all the way. And literary analysis novel choice quiz. Okay. So take the choice quiz here. And the questions, I mean, I'll show you the questions. It's not big of a deal. The questions, what is the title of the book? Who is the author? What year was it originally published? What genre is it? And provide a brief synopsis of what the text is about. Once you do that, you're good, okay? And these are, as long as you, it fits all the requirements, like it must have been originally published in or after 2016, and that it tells a story, you're fine. You're good to go, okay? Alrighty, cool. Well, that's it. You will be, after you watch all this, you can get started on all of the readings. Did I show you where the Doc McStuffins was? It's in lesson 1. Just to make sure that you see that. Lesson 1. Scroll all the way down. Doc McStuffins. Okay? Alright. If you have any questions, email me. Let me know. Alright? I try to be very clear and precise and show you exactly where everything is. There's no gotchas. Okay. Alright, well, have a good luck. Have a good week. Good luck this week. There you go.